Now, every year at the Big Church Day Out, we're always joined by some amazing artists. And this year, it's a real privilege to be with the King of Gospel, Mr. Fred Hammond. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
How you doing?
Oh, we're fantastic. I understand it's your first time at the Big Church Day Out.
First time. First time.
And what are your first sort of impressions?
It's only awesome.
Yeah?
I drove up and I'm like, yeah, this is the way you do it.
It's the largest Christian festival in the UK, and it's got a real family feel. People bring their kids and their relatives.
And they got tents and stuff, and people are out there with these muddy boots on. That's the way you come when you come. Now, why come with all this stuff on? You might just come on out and just be earthy.
And have a great time at doing it.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, they got rides and merry-go-rounds and stuff going up in the air and bouncy stuff, you know. That's great. Everything is for the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, very family oriented.
That's what we like. And it's a good thing that you have joined us because you're actually recovering at the moment, aren't you, from a major surgery?
Yes, absolutely. January 3rd, 2014, this year, I underwent double knee replacement surgery.
Wow.
Both of my knees were totally gone. And instead of doing one at a time, which most people do, they were so bad that the doctor suggested that I do both of them. And at first I was like, no, let's just do one at a time. You know, let me just, take my time. And then he said, well, you need to know that last week I performed on a 63-year-old woman double knee replacement. I said, man, she ain't gonna beat me doing nothing. Line them up, let's go. But after I got it, I was thinking, well, this might have been a mistake. But no, it was good. I'm walking now. I mean, I'm still in pain, but for 40 days, I could not move.
Wow.
I could only go to therapy and then go right back to bed, and stayed in bed for 2 to 3 weeks. And I mean,
40 days though, that's a real biblical number.
40 days.
You know.
40 days.
So I reckon God's in it. Yeah, exactly. How are you going to find that though when you're on stage leading people in worship? Because will that restrict you, or are you just going to go for it anyway?
You know, there's an adrenaline that comes over. I still kind of take it easy. I'll sit most portion of it, but I have done about probably 10 concerts since then, where I used to cane up or be on a walker and sit the whole time. Now I can stand a little bit more. I can move to left or right, but hopefully by January, when I'm totally healed, I can actually jump around a little bit. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Well, you're a pretty mean bass player, and back in the day, of course, you played with the Winans. Do you ever now get the bass out when you're leading people at worship, or maybe on your albums? Do you do your own bass line when you're recording new albums?
I do my own bass stuff on my albums, although the album I'm working on now, I called in my guys because, music has changed, and my guys are they're just crazy, and it's like I can't keep up. Now, when you want that groove held down on the one, I got you. I'm the dude. But until then, these guys are doing all these moves and stuff, and I'm like, guys, they don't work the same. So sure. I kind of let it, do it. But I got a couple songs on there that I'm playing.
And are we going to see those today at the Big Church Day Out?
Not today.
On the new album, though?
Yes.
So definitely. Tell us about the new album, because you're working on it at the moment, aren't you?
Yes. It's right now I don't have a name for it. I'm waiting for something to pop out, but it's an urban worship album. It's like what the urban church does, and so I've kind of led them in the past on which direction to go. So I did a few on this one to kind of do the same. So.
And what does the urban church do in your experience?
Urban church, okay, let's just put it like this. We take what you guys do, what our brothers, our Caucasian brothers and sisters do. You may say, our God is an awesome God, He reigns.
That's exactly how I sing.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But then what we do is we take and we put a little grease to it. Our God is an awesome. They didn't know they could do that. So when they found out we could put something to it, then they started singing the revelation of worship. And they didn't get a revelation of worship because we talked about our experiences, which seemed to be downtrodden, seemed to be this. So we like, God's gonna come through one day, He's gonna help us out of this situation, as opposed to saying, God is bigger than our situation. Here's a real interesting story. When I first started doing worship music, Evander Holyfield was getting ready to fight Mike Tyson. And he was in the ring in his sparring partners. And the whole camp was down because every sparring partner that sparred against Evander was really whooping him. I mean, they were beating him, and Evander couldn't get it together. And the whole camp felt really, really sad. Well, his wife was pregnant at the time, and she heard one of my songs, and it was just a song I took and revamped it. And she got up into the ring and she pulled him over to him. She said, see, your problem, Evander, is this, is that in your eyes, God is as big as Mike Tyson. You have to magnify the Lord and make him bigger than Mike Tyson. And she sang to him, she said, I have made you too small in my eyes, oh Lord. Forgive me, and I have believed in a lie that you were unable to save me. Oh now, oh Lord, I see my wrong. Show yourself strong in my life and in my song. Oh Lord, be magnified. Oh Lord, be magnified. Now Evander has his headgear on, he's got his boxing glove on, his mouthpiece is in his mouth, and he says, sing it again. And she sang it again. He said, sing it again. She said she sang it about 7 times. He said, okay, ding, ding. And every sparring partner that came in that ring, he whooped them silly. And they were glad, like, he's killing us. Oh, this is great, this is great. And that was the same time that he started fighting Mike Tyson so hard that Mike had to bite his ear to get him to stop. That's what worship does. It magnifies God and makes it bigger than your situation. And that's what Big Church Day Out is about. Let's magnify the Lord big and make him big. And people are going to leave here. They're going to leave here refreshed, not just entertained, but refreshed, and God is going to be bigger. And they're going to go back home and face whatever they have to face.
And that is exactly what we're here for, doing exactly that. If we get one story from someone like that off your new album and some of the new songs you've been writing, it's just going to blow my mind. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for being at the Big Church Day Out, and we really hope to have you back again soon.
Thank you.